What's going on? So today we are going to be doing a replica versus retail comparison on the Kobe 8 Pro Mambacitas. Now, if you cannot tell, the retail pair or the replica pair is on the left. The replica pair is on the left, retail is on the right. Let's get into it slowly, and we'll sort of start discussing some of the differences. Boxes are practically identical, not going to waste my time. Let's start with the left sneaker. Yes, the left sneaker. So let's start with this one, right? So one thing that I noticed, I think this is... So one thing that I noticed on terms of this Mambacita logo is it's definitely heavier. It's heavier, and it's also more of a gold color. So compared to the replica pair, you can't see the weight difference obviously, but it is a little bit lighter, and on top of that, it's more yellow. You can definitely see that difference, right? So it's definitely more yellow. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not saying like what shoe it comes on is important, because when I received these from Shoe Palace on a restock recently, this wasn't even in the shoe, so it was like just in the box. So it doesn't really matter if it's on the left or the right. People can always switch that up, right? So let's get into the sneakers themselves. The replica pair seems to have a really low cut, as you can see. I could be tripping, but let me know what y'all think. This one definitely seems to have a much higher cut. On top of that, there's a little bit of differences right here. You can see the retail pair sits up a little bit higher. And also, I believe it has these little circles right here are more defined on the retail pair. This is retail, right? This is the rep. You can still see it, but definitely not as much. Also, I don't know if you guys can see this, next to the Kobe logo, you can see these little white, I don't know if that's paint or what that is. It's a bit sloppy on the replica pair. On the retail pair, you see it, but it's a bit more crisp. I'm talking about this little white area, if you guys can see that right there. A lot more sloppy on the rep. The plastic is, I mean, it's fucking plastic, man. It's fine. Also, I don't know, you guys can correct me. I believe the butterfly pattern is the same on each sneaker. Correct me if I'm wrong. I would love to hear it. I could be wrong. So yeah, you can kind of tell, like for example, this one, it's barely showing. Big difference right there. Big ass butterfly right here that doesn't exist. I also noticed another difference right here. This one is not there on the retail pair. Stitching on the retail pair. Shit, I don't know if this is just my pair, but this shit almost looks like it's got like a reddish hue to it. This is very white. The tongue on the replica pair has like a big ass cut. You see that? Like big ass C shape. Retail pair, it's almost hard to notice, if you even can. You can notice it, but look at that. Huge difference. Let me try to show you guys both sides so you can see what I'm talking about. You see that? Huge difference right there. It doesn't look super different, but it's definitely noticeable. Kobe logo looks fine. I'm trying to see any differences right here. I think on the replica pair, it's a bit more triangular. You can see that, and it's a bit more round on the retail pair. Swoosh is perfectly fine, to be honest. One thing that I did notice is on these midsoles, right? So the replica midsole looks, I don't want to say matte, but it almost does look matte. There's not really a gloss finish to it. And this retail pair, you can definitely see some shine, some gloss on this midsole. I'm trying to see if I can show you guys both. I don't know if you can necessarily see it on camera, but there's definitely a difference in the midsole. The other thing that I noticed was you guys can see right here, the little holes and the dots, they definitely seem more compact, and you can definitely see the difference in the midsole. Look at that in terms of the gloss. Also the GG, I didn't think there was a difference, but it low-key looks more bold on this Replica pair. I got them mixed up just now, but I see the difference. So the Replica pair definitely has it more bold. Also the Mambacita right here behind the tongue, it's kind of a big heart. You can see that the stitching's a lot wider, almost circular, whereas on the Retail, look at how crisp that stitching is. It's a lot smaller. I don't know if I could show you guys both, but I'm pretty sure you guys can see that. Look at that. Way bigger, way smaller, way more crisp. The halo's crisp, you know, definitely a big difference there. Carbon fiber is also a difference. Let me show you guys something that I did notice on this Retail pair, and that's this little box, right? So as you guys can see, making sure I'm not fucking mixing them up. As you guys can see, right, this little box right here next to the swoosh is very small and very, I don't want to use the word tightly condensed, but kind of tightly condensed, right? It's a pretty small rectangle. On the Replica pair, that's almost double the size. You guys can kind of see it now. Big difference, right? So that's a little indicator right there. Little minor things like that as well. The stitching is, I feel like I noticed something on the stitching earlier, but I'm not too sure. There's definitely minor differences here. I think this is definitely the Retail, so probably the first time I got that right. But some of these little minor differences, you know, are noticeable. Now you can probably see the midsole a lot better here. Obviously the sole is the same. Oh, there goes that. Carbon fiber is a bit flat on this Replica pair. Look at that. There's not even a print. It's just black. At least here you can kind of see. Sound the same, but you can kind of see the print a little bit more. I don't know if you guys can see it in the video, but honestly, this is pretty close. This is really close. I'll switch shoes. I don't know if that's really gonna help too much. Here's the Retail, here's the Rep. I knew the difference this time. Again with this stitching, right? Look at that. This is the Replica. Got it right, I swear. Yeah, this is the Replica. This is the Retail. You can see it right here. Look at that. Look at how small this is. Look at how big that is. So little things like that are definitely going to play a role into finding out the authenticity. You guys let me know what you guys think. If I missed anything, feel free to let me know. I think this is a close one, but you know, definitely some differences there. Let me know what y'all are trying to see, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.